us get started. So, yep, this is me, Newville's VOD review. So let's go.
Duel 1.
Alright. I usually just watch a couple, and then I'll start talking and then pointing out stuff after. I don't usually watch these before, unless it's like a character I really don't know. Like I had a pot one once, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what pot could do. I think you could auto time that with jab, but you probably got the timing down anyway without jab, so you should be good. Oh, nice. No one still does, you don't have to. True. I think the match I watched was Asuka versus Potemkin anyway, so it was just like, what could Potemkin really do? But I usually go off a fundamental level on these odd reviews anyway. Like, what could you fundamentally be doing better rather than character specific? Yeah. You seem to really like the zoning style, and you do not like pulling up, which could be good. Who got shot?
Duel 1. Let's rock.
The one thing I do notice is you are... Yeah, so the one thing I do notice, I noticed this while playing you too, and I kind of see it in these VOD reviews. You do like winning from a defensive position. And I'd like to warn you that which Testament does, again, Testament is one of the defensive characters of the game. But I do want to warn you, this will get you killed against players that could abuse that. Oh shit, how did the stain not proc there? So we'll just keep watching. I Chip, I get it. You're trying to make him kill himself, but like, I think the problem with that is you're good. I think your defense is really good. I think you're really good at fuzzy mashing and whatnot. My question here is, the jump H here real pressure? Is just a safe jump that you do? Because I think you could actually meaty that into a real safe jump. I think with jump S, I could be wrong though. Go to the next one. JS works. Yeah. Not doing too bad. Yeah. Uh-oh. Right now, I can just tell from your playstyle, you are 2K just says zoning, you decline the match. Yeah, it is really hard. But I do think so Muse Clean or Nouvelle really likes winning on their defense or just being defensive and winning, kind of both at the same time. I think you really get out of a lot of defensive situations pretty quickly. I think you choose the right options or just not risky options a decent amount. But I think the problem is, which I think you're really good at the zoning too. But the problem is, again, like, I'm not saying like you should pull up, but like playing full screen when you have a pretty big life lead, bar, and stain on them is, I would say, pretty bad to do. Again, like you're forcing him to make a mistake, but against a lot of characters, they're just gonna kind of run at you and try starting something, and you're kind of in a fuck up situation here. But it, like, let's say you just, let's say you do this, you throw this, and then you run up far slash. Like that should be kind of run up far slash there. You did TP, which is fine. He gets away. But this what I'm talking about is you could have kind of already had like a winning position. You pop stain, you do like super or something. They kind of have to hold something, and then they yeah. So it's just kind of like the problem is this was a very losing position from you. But since you're really good at playing on defense, you buffer super, whatever. That's fine. You probably would have got away anyway because he's doing record pressure, and I don't even know if he gets bar. Oh, he gets bar. You probably would have done like 2K2D there anyway. But I think you didn't have to lose this much health in a defensive position when you have a clear advantage here. Like this should just be like run up with far slash. Like once you get the stain here, like run up with far slash and force like a jump in like that. Like, but you're gonna play on defense, so that's fine. Probably see it better in like a heavy matchup. Yeah, okay. I'm like, against Chip, it's a little hard because you're just like, what if Chip runs at me? Which is true. Chip could just run at you and you'll die. So maybe playing defensive is a better option. But in a matchup like Nago or something, you waiting for them to fuck up is a lot, especially with a life lead, is a lot more risky than putting pressure on them. So you probably do it again. You're a very defensive player, so we kind of just keep watching. Not saying your offense is bad, but like you are really good at the defensive playstyle, and it's a testament, which is good. I'll rip. Nice TPs. Oh, this guy's just going for it, huh? Oh, and I think you've heard this. You need combos that could kill Go Lewis. Not Go Lewis. You need combos that could kill Nago when he's dead. But when he pops, you cannot let him get away with not dying. I know you're in a farther position there, but I think your conversation with Amino or something like that. Nice. Yes. Is that actually a safe chunk? I think you kill him here. You do pretty good. Like, I think your testament is pretty solid in general. I'm just I think your main issue from what I saw from the first match or first set you did was I think you need to be comfortable with playing like a corner pressure game. I think that's the one thing. I think your zoning is great. I do think you might be lacking in the corner pressure department, which actually Testament is really good at. So this is kind of where I'm kind of talking about. Like, you could go ahead. Wait, this is fine. I was gonna say you could go ahead and zone. Zone Nago here. Nice reactions. I don't know if you're reacting to that or not, but pretty clean. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about, where you're gonna get fucked a lot by characters that could do stuff playing like this. So against Naga, you definitely want to get Crow, get Stain on, and then you kind of want to play for that Beyblade angle. Like, you kind of want to smack him before he gets to do that. You kind of want to smack him before he gets to play the game. Once you let him play the game, the game's kind of over. This guy is going crazy popping. Okay. We'll kind of... We'll see it again. Don't worry. Like, he's already wasted 2 blood. You kind of don't need to be scared of anything. You could just pull up and play offense now. You got hit with a heavy slash there because you're kind of playing full screen. But you gotta just pull up, use the stain, especially when they're stained. Like the risk reward when they're stained is pretty bad for them. So right here, you throw Crow, and then you do like a dash block forward, and then he wasted a bunch of blood. He's gonna waste a bunch of blood going in. But here, you have stain on him. You don't really need to kind of do this unless you really want to zone him away. But I think you're fine pulling up here. So, damn, you're gonna get hard knocked down. Does this? Rip. Yeah, that's pretty good. You're really good at using that TP. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why you're so good at using a TP. I think, oop, my bad. So here is another example where your kind of corner pressure may need a little work. Where is it? So like this should be like dash up 2K 2D H Reaver into frame trap. You kind of just back off, and you're fine with taking the back off because you want to default to your zoning game. But that's what I'm talking about. You got him in the corner. Got him in the corner. He's gonna be in a weird spot where he probably gonna need to commit to get out, but he just catches your backdash. And I think that's just because of your defensive mindset. You're just like, oh, I'm close to him. I should not be here. Let me go ahead and back off. Where it's good again. Like your win condition against Nago is zoning him. But you're gonna need to pull up sometimes. If you never present pull up, they're never scared of the pull up. Like, yeah. That was Arbiter sign. I think the problem, I think your main problem is your zoning is great, but you're never presenting pull up. So as soon as someone realizes that you're near them, and I kind of realized this playing you too, I know you're not going to just do something against me. Like I know that you're gonna default back to kind of this play style. Like you're in a really good spot right here to like do like a run up 2S stain pop and then get like something going. I don't know why he baited burst twice. And I think it's just because you're comfortable being in like a weird defensive position like this. You're gonna need a no combo that kills him. If he pops like that in front of your face, you're gonna need a pop combo that kills him. I don't even know what it is on Testament. Testament might not have one. So, but you're gonna need something that kills or does insane amount of damage. That one was too bad because you got safe jump after and you got to play the game. But if you could find something better than 2K2D, it'd be definitely nice. Yeah, that was good. You kind of pulled up there. You kind of need to do it a little harder though. Like, you got to pull up like you mean it. Like you got pull up and then just start running offense again. Or they're just not scared of the pull up. Yes. Yeah, this is gonna fly against a lot of people, but against people like Mino, against people like Meeks, they're gonna see right through this and find openings in your offense. Like, as soon as you're, hitting backdash to get away from them, they've already cloned Fukio, Beybladed at you, and you're dead, So presenting an option of, oh, I'm not just gonna back up in this situation, I'm gonna pull up, is really good to have. And like, I could tell this corner pressure needs a little bit of work. I think you're really good at zoning and you focus on that a lot, where this corner pressure needs some work. You didn't really get stained off on them in the corner. And then you aren't doing like the normal frame trap that you get off 2K2D into H Reaver, stuff like that. So that's what's gonna stop people from mashing like this. Go Lewis. He has not blocked once yet. He sees a special move and he's going when you have plus frames that you could be abusing to stop this. Unfortunate. Like, don't be afraid to run strike throw with Testament. Like, they have plus frames with they have plus frames with Stain, where pulling up, getting some strike throw into like setup situations is still a viable strategy. And I know this because fucking Beatball does it to me every time. Even a matchup that Testament loses, like mid-screen against Ram, like pulling up is definitely a nice option. Yeah, this pull up is good, but you should have done like, so this is what I'm talking about, corner pressure. Like this is what I'm talking about, like pressure here. Like, this match was over as soon as you hit this crow. Because what you do here is you press far slash or heavy slash into Succubus super, into this whole pressure sequence again, and he has no option other than to hold it. And then you go run, you could do Grave Reaper plus frames into go back zoning again. So this interaction that you won here, like I think you won more because he's bad than it was a good interaction. Well, not saying it wasn't a good interaction, it was good. But like, you pop the Stain there, and then you do the girl super, and then then you apply pressure, and then you could use the plus frames for more frame traps and stuff like that, because yeah, against someone that's not just pressing buttons randomly like this guy, and he's holding, he would probably still be at like 40% life there, and giving up that situation. Giving up that situation is gonna put you in a funny spot. Because now you have to back up, and now what he's gonna do is drop drone, or he's gonna do skyfish, and then you're kind of just having to hold something random or get knocked down. So making sure your corner situations are lockdown situations is pretty good. Or you could have just done, even close slash, pop, stain pop into like a strike throw situation. Like there's more options. Like your zoning, I think your zoning is great. I think the way you zone, your patterns are pretty good. You might be able to mix up the patterns a little bit because I think the Nagos figured them out at the end. But I think it was good still. I think it was great. I think right now what I'm seeing is you're just scared to pull up. I think you're fine with blue winning on defense, which a lot of players are not fine. So you kind of got that skill on lock. I think your problem is winning on offense is your problem. I think you're not taking enough risks or enough, not risks. I shouldn't say you don't want to just, put out like a high risk, low reward situation. But, if someone has stain on, you got to realize like, hey, him mashing at any point of me pulling up is not good for him. It's low risk. It's low risk for me to pull up, and it's low risk, high reward, because whatever, I get hit, he hits me from my range, right? And what's Nago gonna get if he hits you from your range? Unless he Beyblades. God damn it, that's been gold. Unless he Beyblades, he's not gonna get nothing. Or like Gold Lewis, like he gets like Floor Slash into maybe a Behemoth or like Skyfish or something. Or some things like Jump D maybe, but like Jump D is kind of bad to get, but like, whatever. But like you pull up, you pop stain, now they're in a worse spot than you think you are. So definitely pull up more. I'd learn stuff in the corner, like if you do like 5k Kara H Reaver into 2k 2D, you get a lot of fucking damage off that if they mash. I think 2k 2D H Reaver also super plus, like what, +5, +7. It also frame traps. I'm not sure if the combos is good. I think it is. Probably is. Stuff like knowing how to knowing how to loop staying in the corner is really good. I just not seeing that from you, and I think that's because you're like, okay, I knocked him down. All right, time to start zoning, which is fine. But like, I think you don't realize how much power corner pressure has, or just pressure has, or putting strike throw into someone's head has. But your zoning is great. So, and you're really good at winning on defense. You're taking the right mashes. You're getting out the corner pretty easily. So good job on that. I just think, which usually the opposite. Sometimes people have really hard defensive troubles, winning on defense, but you don't. But I definitely think you need to take a little bit more gambles. Not gambles, but a little more. I think you need to take a little more authority in your own pressure. Hopefully that was helpful. That's kind of just how I see how you're kind of giving up a lot of situations that you shouldn't be losing, or that you should have won cleaner or in a more aggressive way. So yeah, like learn stain loops in the corner, learn how to proc succubus super into pressure, stuff like that is really good. Your corner, your frame traps in the corner. Testament has really good frame traps in the corner. Do a lot of damage if you hit them, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. Strike throw is also pretty good on Testament, because a lot of times, you do Reaver and they're expecting Crow or something. You go ahead and pull up, or you could go ahead and you don't have to throw Crow. You could do like Reaver into dash up 2S, Crow into 2K 2D. So you're kind of stealing turns back with the threat of Crow. Let me see if I can find a situation like that. Maybe this. pull up with the Go Lewis here. Might be a little more. Like right here, doing like S Reaver. Here. Doing like S Reaver here into like, you know, run up 2S. And then he's going to think you're going to press Crow. So you're probably like around here if you do S Reaver. He can't really pull up. He's going to think you do Crow. So he's probably going to jump or block. If he's a good player. If he's probably just going to mash if he just wants to get out the corner. And then you could just do like 2S into Crow because they're not mashing on that. Then you could pull up again and do like either another. You could do a strike there because you crowed, so you didn't go back, so you probably would have been closer to him. Or you could just start pressure again and just like thinking about that. Yeah. And I get like when you're playing tower, you're in a situation in your head, you're like, you know what, I don't want to lose these. Let me just play super passive. But I think when you get that offensive, aggressive style down, I think you'll be more comfortable just closing out games. Because that's a big problem with Testament, especially the zoning, is once you get to a late game with Testament, the opponent has bar. He has tools to skip your zoning or could play a little more aggressive against your zoning. So a lot of the times, Nago, Chip, we're kind of just getting in late game, and you were taking 80% of your health bar. When if you played a little bit more aggressive, they wouldn't even have the opportunity. As soon as you kind of put stain on them, you could kind of pull up, and then they don't even have the opportunity to use that bar. That's kind of like the thing that like Happy Chaos excels at. That's what makes him like a better zoner than Testament is, he could just pull up like for free a lot of the times after he zoned you to use all your resources. So a lot of the times when you're low health against Chaos, you don't even have the tools. But most of the time when you're low health against Testament, you do have the tools. So just keeping that in mind is really good. Just like when they're low, they're going to take more risks because they want to win the game. And if you're letting them take more risks when they're low and not finishing games, you are going to lose a lot more than you think you should lose. Also, so otherwise, I think you do great. I think you play defense pretty well. I think you win on your own defense, which you win on their offense a lot of the times because they're playing offense and then you exploit them by like fuzzy mashing or doing delay buttons. And then you get out the corner pretty easily. And then you go back to your zoning, which is doing well for you.